Hello friends, hope you are happy, safe and healthy at your home. Welcome in today's session. Today we will discuss some properties of rational number. Of course, in previous video also we have discussed three properties of rational numbers and remaining three we will discuss today. In previous lesson we discussed three properties. Please have a look on this. First we have discussed closure property of rational numbers, then we discussed commutative property, and third we discussed associativity or associative property of rational numbers, right? So remaining three properties we will discuss today. Let's start now today's lesson with distributive property. This is property number 4. Distributive property. Right? Two parts are there in this property. If A, B and C are three rational numbers, then according to this property, we can write it A into B minus C inside bracket. We can write it A into B, then minus A into C. This is called distributive property of multiplication. First, we'll discuss multiplication property over addition. So this is called distributive property of multiplication over addition. A into B plus C, we can write it A into B plus A into C. This is called distributive because you can see here left hand side A is here, single, only one A is here, and in right hand side we have distributed this A with B and with C also. That's the reason why it is called distributive property. A is distributed with B and with C. Right? A, B and C, we assume that these are rational numbers. Now we will check it, we will prove it how this relation is true. So I am taking A equals to, you can take any of the rational numbers here. B I am taking 5 and C I am taking minus 1. You can take any of the number, any of the rational numbers to verify this property. So left hand side first we will check whether this is equal to right hand side or not. So A into B plus C, this is left hand side. Now we need to put values here. So A we have taken 1 by 2, into B is 5 and C is minus 1. So big bracket we can apply here. So 1 by 2, as per rule, BODMAS rule, we will go with bracket first. We need to solve the things inside this bracket. So what we can write it? We can write it 5 then minus 1. When you open bracket here, plus and minus in multiplication, minus. So 5 minus 1 we can write it. So 1 by 2 into 5 minus 1 we know it is 4. Now by 2 it is divisible 2 times. So value of left hand side is 2. Now let's solve right hand side. So A into B plus A into C. This is right hand side. Now put values there. A is 1 by 2, B is 5, then plus A is 1 by 2 and C is minus 1. Now when you multiply according to BODMAS rule, first, this is BODMAS, first we have to go with multiplication. If division, bracket and off is not there. So we'll solve first this multiplication. After multiplying 1 by 2 with 5, we have 5 by 2. And here we have minus 1 by 2. When we multiply 1 by 2 with negative 1. So we have here negative 1 by 2. Now we can add them together since denominators are same. So it is now 5 then minus 1. We can 5 minus 1 we can write here 4 by 2 is already there. So 2 we have here. Now you can see here left hand side and right hand side both have same values. It means this relation, it is true for any of the rational numbers. You can take any of the rational numbers to justify it. One more set of values I am taking here to verify it, whether this relation is true or not. This time I am making it very easy. A I am taking 5, B I am taking minus 1 and C I am taking 0. Right? Now let's check again for this set of values. So left hand side is A into B plus C. A is 5, B is minus 1 and C we can write 0. Since C is 0 we have taken here. So 5 into minus 1 plus 0 we can write it minus 1. And when we multiply 5 with minus 1 we have minus 5. Now right hand side. A into B plus A into C. So the value of A is 5, value of B is minus 1, value of A is 5, C is 0. Now 5 when we multiply with minus 1 we have minus 5, then 5 into 0, we know that if we multiply any of the number with 0, result is always 0. So minus 5 plus 0 is minus 5 only. Now you can see here again left hand side and right hand side both the sides are same. It means we can say that this relation, this is true for any set of values. For any of the rational numbers we can prove it, we can justify it. So this is called distributive property of multiplication over addition. Hope you understand, guys. Now one more part is there for this property. It is called distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. So A into B minus C, we can write it A into B minus A into C. Now you can see here A is distributed with B and as well as with A. That's the reason it is called distributive. A has been distributed with B and with C. You can see here. So this is called distributive property of multiplication over addition. Right? Now we check it. We justify this property whether this is true or not. So how we can justify it? By taking values of A and A, B and C. So A I am taking this time minus 1. B I am taking here 1 by 2 and C I am taking here minus 1. Now what's happening? See, left hand side. Any set of values you can take. So left hand side is A into B minus C. Right? What is value of A? It is minus 2. And B is 1 by 2 and C is minus 1. So minus 2 into first, as per rule, we have to solve thing inside the bracket. You know very well. So we can write it 1 by 2. This minus and minus, when we open this bracket, we will write it plus 1. Since minus and minus means negative numbers in product gives positive. That's why plus 1 will come here. Now minus 2 into, we need to add 1 by 2 with 1. 1 we have here, 3 by 2 we have. 1 by 2 and half means 1 and half. So 3 by 2 we can write it. You can solve it also by taking LCM. Now multiplication is there, so we can cut this 2 by 2. We can remove it and finally what we have? Minus 3 we have as a result. So left hand side, the value of left hand side is minus 3. Now let's solve right hand side. A into B minus A into C. Right? Now A is minus 2, B is 1 by 2 then minus a is minus 2. We need to keep inside the bracket. Then c we have minus 1. We can also keep this one in bracket. Now minus 2 in and multiplied by 1 by 2. So by 2 we can cut this 2. We can minimize it. So what we have here? Minus 1 into 1, minus 1 we have. Right? And here minus in between. When we multiply minus 2 with minus 1, we have here minus 2. 2 we have of course, minus 2 and minus 1 means plus 2, but outside minus sign is there, that's why we have to put minus sign just before 2. So minus 1 and minus 2, we can add them. These are two like integers. So minus 3 will come here. Now you can see here left hand side we have minus 3. Right hand side also we have minus 3. It means we can say that this relation is true for this set of values. Now another set of values we will take here to justify it. Now this time I am taking a as 2 by 3, b I am taking here 0 and c I am taking here minus 2. We know that 0 is also a rational number. This is special rational number, right? 2 by 3 as a and minus 2 as c. Now left hand side. Left hand side is a into b minus c. Value of a is 2 by 3. Value of b is 0 and value of c is minus 2. Right? So 2 by 3 into what we have here? 0, then minus and minus, and when you open this bracket, this minus become plus. So 2 will come here. It means 2 upon 3 into 0 plus 2 we have 2. So we can write it 4 by 3. After solving this one, 4 by 3. So value of left hand side is 4 by 3. Now let's check for right hand side. So a into b minus a into c. What is value of a? It is 2 by 3. Value of b is 0. Then minus value of a is 2 by 3. And value of c is minus 2. Now see 0. We are going to multiply number by 0. So we will have 0. We know very well when we multiply any number by 0, we have 0 only. Then what will happen here when we multiply 2 by 3 with minus 2? Positive and negative numbers we are going to multiply. Then we will get product in negative. So we can write it minus 4 by 3. When you multiply minus 2 by 3 with 2 minus is just before. So 2 by 3 when we multiply minus 4, minus 2 we have here minus 4 by 3. Now outside minus sign is already there. Now when you open this bracket, we will have here 4 by 3. After adding in 0, 4 upon 3 we can write. So you can see here left hand side we have 4 by 3. Right hand side also we have 4 by 3. It means we can say that both the sides are equal. So it means this relation is true for any set of values of rational numbers. Hope you understand. And this property is called distributive property of subtraction over, distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. Hope you understand, guys. Now next property, now we will talk about property of 0. This is very, very important. Property of 0 we'll talk about. 0 is, you know that 0 is very special number. It is, we can also say it is 0 is a big hero of mathematics. And 0 is a special rational number. How it is special? You can see here. Property of 0. This is 0. Right? You see here, 3 observations I am taking here. if we add 0 in an integer, we will have that integer only, or we can write it 0 plus then minus 5. Minus 5 plus 0 equal to minus 5, and 0 plus minus 5 is also minus 5. This is commutative property we used here, and this is for integers. For integer we are discussing it. It means if we add 0 in any of the integer, so result doesn't affect it. It means we will get same integer as a result. So if we add 0 in minus 5, we will have minus 5. Or if we add minus 5 in 0, same result we will get, that is minus 5. Right? And second case that I am taking, that 3 we can write here, 3 plus 0 equals to 3 equals to 0 plus 3. Now we are assuming here 3 as a whole number. This 3 is whole number. If you are adding 0 in any of the whole number, again result is unaffected. 3 we have. Either we add 3 in 0 or 0 in 3. In both the cases, result is same, that is 3. So this is for whole numbers. One case also we discuss here, that is, now I am taking 1 by 2 as a rational number. Suppose you just think it, 1 by 2 is a rational number. If we add 0 in rational number, again result is unaffected. 1 by 2 only we have. Doesn't mean we are adding 1 by 2 in 0 or 0 in 1 by 2. Same result, that is 1 by 2 will get. This is for rational numbers. It means why I am writing these different three things. The reason is 0 have a special property. It means if we add 0 in any of the number, doesn't matter it is even number or odd number or integer or whole number or fraction number, that is our rational number, any kind of number, if we are adding 0 in that, result is unaffected. We will get same number. This is very important property of 0. And it means the conclusion is 0 is called additive identity. What it is called? Additive identity. 0 is additive identity for each and every number. Right? It means if we add 0 in any of the number, result is never changed. 0 is called additive identity, and here we can see how we can, suppose minus 5 is there. If we add plus 5 in that, minus 5 is there. If we add plus 5 is in that, we'll get 0. You know very well. In this case, this minus 5 is called additive inverse of 5, or 5 is called additive inverse of minus 5. It means if you are taking two rational numbers in such a way, their sum is 0, then we can say that the numbers are additive inverse to each other. This is very, very important property. Once again I am reminding, if we are taking two rational numbers in such a way, their sum produce 0. In that case, we can say that the numbers are additive inverse to each other. In next example, suppose 10 is there. What we will add here to make the sum 0? If minus 10 we add in 10, then only we will have 0. It means we can say that this 10 is additive inverse for minus 10, and minus 10 is additive inverse for this time. Hope you understand, guys. This is very important property of 0. Now one more property is left, that is property of 1. This is property number 6. So property of 1. Again I have to take 3 different cases to explain what is property of G1, right? So suppose we are multiplying 5 in 1. What we have here? 5 we have. You can also write it 1 into 5. This is I am showing for whole numbers. It means if we multiply any whole number by 1, result unaffected, we will have same result, that is 5. In any of the order, either we can multiply 5 with 1 or 1 with 5. Result we have 5 only. And 5 I am assuming that 5 is whole number for this case. Now I am taking one integer here. This is negative integer -4. What we have here? If it means if we multiply any integer, doesn't matter it is positive or negative, result is again unaffected. We have -4 only, right? So this is for integer. In third case, I am taking here -2/3. By 3 I am taking as a rational number. So if you multiplying any rational number by 1, we'll have same rational number as a result. So this is for rational number. Now you can see one similarity is there. It means the conclusion is, what is conclusion? Conclusion is when we multiply any number by 1, result is doesn't affect it. We'll get same result. Just before we discussed, if we add 0 in any of the number, result is unaffected. Here we are multiplying any number by 1 and result is unaffected. So we can say that this 1 have this property, when we multiply it with any of the number, the result doesn't change. Here this 1 is called multiplicative identity. What it is called? Multiplicative identity. 0 is called additive identity. Just I am recalling you. 1 is called multiplicative identity. And if suppose 5 is there, by which number we should multiply 5 to get 1? That is 1 by 5. If we multiply 5 with 1 by 5, we have 1. It means we can say that in this case 5 is multiplicative inverse of 1 by 5 and 1 by 5 is multiplicative inverse of 5. Conclusion is, if in such a way we are multiplying two numbers whose product is 1, so we can say that the numbers are multiplicative inverse to each other. Once again I am reminding, if you multiply two rational numbers in such a way, their product generate 1. So we can say that the numbers are multiplicative inverse to each other, or we can also say it reciprocal. So reciprocal or multiplicative inverse, both are same. So in this case, what is reciprocal of 5? That is 1 upon 5. What is multiplicative inverse of 5? 1 upon 5. Right? So reciprocal and multiplicative inverse both are same. Hope you understand, guys. So today we have discussed three properties of rational number. Once again I am reminding you, three properties we discussed. First one was that distributive property. There was two parts in that property. Distributive property of multiplication over addition, and second was distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. And we justified also both the properties. We proved here by taking different set of rational numbers, right? And next we discussed that property of zero. Zero is very important number in mathematics. Zero is a special rational number also. And in that property we learned that zero, if we add in any of the number, result doesn't affect it, right? And we also discussed what is additive inverse, what is additive identity. Zero is additive identity, of course. Now, just now we discussed that property of 1. And we learned that if we multiply any of the rational number by 1, the result is again unaffected. We get same of the result. And we also learned what is multiplicative identity. 1 is multiplicative identity, and what is multiplicative inverse, how we can find that, right? So all of the properties, total 6 properties are there in the rational numbers. All 6 properties we have discussed now, right? This session and previous session also was for the revision purpose only. So many students, they requested me, sir, we are unable to understand properties, so that's why I remake these 2 videos for you. Hope now you are able to understand all the things, all the properties about rational numbers. If any problem is anywhere regarding properties of rational numbers or any other things about rational numbers, you please message me. I will that solve your queries, your doubts in next video. Thank you so much.